craziest meals I've ever eaten on my 600-pound life. I used to watch this show all the time with my mum, sisters, and my brother. It's just like, if you want to get, in shape or something like that, this show is probably the best thing to watch because there's something about seeing people that have eaten themselves to such a massive, massive size that just really lights a fire under you. Like, I remember seeing this one lady with a massive tray of lasagna. This tray looked like it could feed, I'm not even kidding, it looked like it could feed 50 people. It was like this long and like that thick, and she ate it all by herself. I could not believe it. It wouldn't surprise me if it features in this video, but yeah, I'm eager to see what like crazy meals. And I mean, if you're 600 pounds, you could probably put down a ton of food in one go. So we're about to see some insane meals.
On my 600-pound life, eat some of the craziest meals ever seen on TV. And in this video, we're going to break down the most insane, looking at the calories, cost, and more. Starting with James B, the man who is addicted to getting food deliveries. James's story was in season 10 of the show, and he weighs in at a staggering 625
pounds,
which won't come as a surprise when you see what he orders in for his breakfast. Obviously, I'm not American, but from the order he places, it sounds like he's ordering from IHOP, and he shares how excited he gets when he orders food.
The amount of stuff that you could get is just crazy, so I get excited. It's like the Super Bowl. You can get whatever you want now, you understand?
He lists off his massive order of food, which is just an insane amount for an entire family, let alone one man. Some of these items have been removed from the IHOP menu, so we'll be going with the closest item currently on their menu.
Alright, can I get the 2 slices of Steakhouse Premium Pancake? Can I get the Game Day Family Feast? Can I get
the Game Day Family Feast? And that's just one of the items he's getting.
Original French toast.
His first order of Steakhouse Premium Pancakes consists of 2 pancakes with smoked bacon pieces and caramel sauce, and he orders 2 of these. He then adds a Game Day Family Feast, which consists of 8 pancakes,
4,700 calories,
bacon strips, 4 servings of scrambled eggs, hash browns, and 8 sausage links. And he isn't done yet. He orders some original French toast and finally 2 slices of ham. In total, this mammoth breakfast comes to $84 and around 7,500 calories.
Jesus Christ. Woo! 7,500 calories in one meal. That, my friends, is impossible for me to get my head around. He's going to eat multiple meals that day as well.
And he hasn't even brushed his teeth yet. It seems hard to believe that it totals this many calories, but seeing the amount of food on the table in front of him shows the reality of the situation. The most shocking part about this is that he actually finishes every single item he orders and still wants more.
What?
So, when breakfast is over, then I'm already thinking about lunch. I do get full, but it's temporary. Then I'm already back on the phone, looking on what I'm gonna get for lunch.
Now, obviously, James needs to change his eating habits.
He wasn't full? What the hell? Dude, that's crazy. Is that not crazy, guys?
Habits quickly if he wants to lose weight. In my newsletter, The Fat Loss Kitchen could be the key for him and anyone else looking to lose weight while not eating boring meals. Every single Friday, I will send you a recipe for one of these homemade, diet-friendly meals, all completely free. All you have to do is visit the link in my description or visit fatlosskitchen.com to get started. And James isn't the only patient with a big appetite for breakfast, as Dolly, who appeared in the same season, shocked viewers with the sheer amount of eggs she uses every single day. Dolly Martinez is someone my subscribers already know all about, as I've just released a video calling her the most immature patient ever on the show, and for good reason, after she moved into a drug den to avoid Dr. Now. But her diet is somehow even more shocking than that. She lives with her best friend Cheyenne, who to be honest could also be a star on the show, and this means that they both indulge each other's bad.
Yeah, they're both going to enable each other, aren't they? You know, neither person's going to be like, oh, that's enough, you don't need to eat anymore.
Habits. So when Dolly asks for 15 eggs for breakfast, Cheyenne didn't bat an eyelid. Obviously, egg prices are insane at the moment in America, with a dozen eggs costing around $5.50. So on average, the amount of eggs alone probably cost her $7. To make matters worse,
15 eggs?
Single egg has around 70 calories in, and not even taking into account the oil she used for cooking, this is around 1,100 calories worth of egg. And she doesn't stop there, adding as much cheese as she could
Oh
physically
my
hold
god,
in.
did you see the handful of cheese? Oh my god.
Adding as much cheese as she could physically hold into her eggs. Obviously, there's no exact number here as she just gets a fistful, but let's be generous and say that that's 500 grams of cheddar cheese, which would be yet another 2,000 calories, bringing
Jeez.
breakfast to 3,100 calories. It should come at no surprise then that when she's finally weighed, the scales show a staggering number.
Step down. We're going to be going to room 5.
How did that happen? It's actually a lot more than I thought I was going to see.
To get to this weight, it's got to be like a mental illness, hasn't it? At this point, it really is like a mental, like, dependency on food, like maybe comfort eating type of thing. It's kind of sad, man. Like 15 eggs. That is.
There's no way I gained that much. So that makes no sense. That's impossible unless my skill at home must be wrong.
Somehow Dolly thinks that her diet couldn't have brought her to that weight, and Dr. Now was quick to explain how dangerous her situation had become.
All right, so you are 593 pounds and you 5'2".
Yes, sir.
So
Wow, 593 at 5'2".
your BMI is 108. So that's a very high BMI. And your body is under a lot of strain because of that.
And just like Dolly, Maya's body was under a lot of strain too, caused by her addiction to fast food drive-thrus. Maya appeared in season 7 of the show and started her episode weighing over 600 pounds, and it's not hard
Wow, 689, almost 700. I've never seen a person that big before in my life, ever. Not this big.
to see how she got there. Because she's so large, despite being able to walk around and bathe herself, her boyfriend Christian needs to do pretty much everything else for her. This makes her attitude even more frustrating, as she lies to her boyfriend about where she goes during the day.
He doesn't know when I go to get food because I get dressed to go out and I tell him it's for errands. But it's a lie.
Like, why are you lying to him? Like, you're just lying to yourself. He knows that you're still eating food. Like, he must know.
Because the only thing I'm going to do is eat.
Maya lies to her boyfriend so she doesn't feel judged and embarrassed about going to multiple drive-thrus. This may sound obvious, but I think it's quite clear that Christian knows she goes to the drive-thrus and just wants to keep the peace. In the car to the drive-thrus, Maya admits that sometimes she will go to 4 places in a row, which is more than most people will go to in an entire month, let alone in a single morning. Her first stop is McDonald's, and her order is mammoth to say the least.
Can I get 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage muffin with egg?
So with her order of 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg and cheese, and a sausage and egg muffin, this brings her calories to start her morning to around 1,200 and costs around $15. But this wasn't enough, and Maya isn't full yet.
There's no words for that feeling when you taste something you love. It's incredible, but it feels like that meal is gone in a second. So I move on to the next things I'm craving.
Next, she pulls up to the Arby's drive-thru and puts through another massive order.
Can I get a beef and cheddar sandwich, jalapeno roast beef slider, and your ultimate BLT sandwich?
Wow, back to back? She's just had McDonald's.
With the beef and cheddar sandwich, a jalapeno roast beef slider, and an ultimate BLT sandwich, which by far has the most calories of any of her meals this morning, all confirmed, she digs in yet again. She decides to enter a spree of drive-thrus here, and finishes her morning having eaten 2,679 calories and having spent $31, which is probably enough to feed 2 or 3 people. I'm going to make a full video on Maya, as her addiction to food was so strong and her relationship with her family was made extremely difficult because of that. So make sure you listen to Dr. Now and subscribe to my channel.
Damn, man, this is just... I don't know how you can put down that much food, because surely at some point your stomach is just full. Right? Like, you know, when we finish a big dinner or meal, we're full. We wouldn't imagine eating any more. Yet they can just continue to, like, put it down.
I encourage everybody to subscribe to the Craig's YouTube channel and enjoy the videos.
Now, although Maya hid her food addiction, Bethany was much more brazen about hers, as she has her children bring her a ridiculous amount of fast food to binge on. Bethany's episode starts with her saying she hates her life, and she's in constant misery. At 40 years old and over 600 pounds, she needs her 10-year-old daughter to help her get ready for the day. She has another 18-year-old daughter that does cook for her, and she does start by cooking her mother a breakfast of 3 eggs and some toast. This is just a normal breakfast and obviously isn't too crazy. However, Bethany gets hungry during the making of this breakfast, so has a
I'm sorry, hold on. So as the daughter is making the breakfast for the mum, she needs a snack while she's waiting for the breakfast. I'm sorry.
muffin and a bun, and a packet of what looks like crackers before she has her breakfast. This is pretty tame as far as 600-pound life breakfasts go though, and the real shocking meal comes later into her episode, as she orders a pizza feast, all for herself. When her daughters arrive home from school, they order a meal consisting of 2 pizzas and a massive box of multiple slices of garlic bread. I try to find a specific restaurant, but not being from America and my knowledge of the fast food chains over there being limited, we have to make some assumptions here. So it looks like 2 large mushroom and pepper pizzas, which would have around 3,000 to 4,000 calories in total. But what really takes the cake is the massive box of cheesy garlic bread she orders for basically all herself.
That's when food became this thing in life.
Wow, look how many garlic breads. I've never seen a box of garlic bread this big. Usually when you order garlic bread, you might get 5 pieces, and they're much thinner than this over here. This is like a pizza box.
Like it is now, where I have to have it.
At my count, there's 15 slices there, and at minimum 350 calories per slice, that totals up to 5,250 calories just on garlic bread. She does give a couple of slices of pizza and a slice of garlic bread to her daughters, but not too much, and it looks like it's safe to assume that she ate no less than 8,000 calories in this one meal. She does leave the crusts though, so maybe she saved some calories there.
The only thing that could help me escape it was food. So I was just eating my way through life at that time and gaining. So I put on another 100 pounds after that and got up to the 400s.
How do they afford all of this food? Like, because I imagine she's probably not working. Or maybe she is, but I would assume she's not working. Disability maybe? Like how do you, like the first guy, how is he spending $86 on one meal?
By the time I was 15.
Now, like Maya before Bethany, Karina also tries to hide her food habit, but in a very different way. Featuring in season 6 of the show, and much like the other stars, her first thought every morning is that she survived the night. Her following thought is wondering what she's going to have for breakfast, which is the sad reality of living with a deep food addiction. She lives with her parents, and the only time she leaves the house is to the grocery store with them, while being carried in the back of their people carrier. But she only does this so she knows her parents are going to buy what she wants from the store.
My parents have to drive me, and I sit in the back of the van on the floor. So they literally had to fold the seats in the van down, put a blanket on the floor.
As she's wheeled around the store, her parents do not question anything she wants.
Why don't they just say no? No, we're not buying you that. No. I'm sorry, if my sister or family or who, like anybody that I care about is, relying on me to feed them and they're this big, I'm not buying you that garbage. You're going on a diet like now. Like, why don't these family members just be like, I'm sorry, no. Absolutely not.
Cream, chips, cakes, and more, with nothing being off limits. Even though her parents don't question her meals and know she eats a massive amount of food,
like, why are they buying her this?
Still attempts to hide her addiction. When her parents leave for the evening and go to dinner, Karina allows herself to order even more food.
I have 2 medium pizzas with pepperoni and sausage, 1 order of cheese sticks, 24 honey chipotle wings, and the
24 wings? On top of all the pizzas?
double chocolate chip brownie.
Delivery or carry out?
This will be for delivery. Thank you.
When the food arrives and is laid out on the bed, Karina rubs her hands together as she looks at the mountain of food in front of her. Starting with the medium pizzas, they probably have at minimum 2,500 calories in them each. And I'm not sure what restaurant she got them from, but if we go off the Papa John's menu, those 24 wings will have another 2,500 calories in them, the majority of the calories coming from the sauce they are in. She tops the meal off with a brownie, with one square having 250 calories, so another 2,250 calories there, and a garlic bread, which is at minimum 1,000 calories. So in this absolute feast, she will devour around 8,250 calories, which explains how her weight has ballooned to this size, and has now meant that her bed needs to be held up with cinder blocks.
It makes me feel warm.
Wow, the bed has to be reinforced with cinder blocks because I'm guessing it collapsed under the weight. Oh my God, this is so bad. This is terrible.
And good inside, if only for a short while. But I'm afraid that one day I'm just gonna need too much. I'm probably gonna die from a heart attack or I'm gonna suffocate. But I can't stop.
Then stop eating it.
Myself.
This somehow wasn't as big as the next patient's meal though, which actually was so large it made headlines in the news. In season 11 of the show, we met Chris, whose legs are so fat that they push against each other, meaning he can barely stand up. Despite this, he can take care of himself and do most daily tasks, which includes making his own breakfast.
My weight makes it challenging to cook the kind of breakfast that I want. Because of the weight and the fat in between my legs, I can't stand up straight.
God, that's so much bacon, man. Why are you making so much bacon?
So they're constantly pushing apart, which makes it really uncomfortable to stand in the kitchen for a long period of time. So I actually have to sit on a cooler that I sit on when I cook.
This is the scene which made headlines and led to comments such as, "This is my food for an entire week," and honestly, it isn't an exaggeration. Now, it's pretty impossible to track the calories of this meal as he just has a pan full of bacon, another massive pan full of scrambled eggs, sausages in the oven, and of course, cheese to melt on top. Chris puts all of these ingredients into a breakfast burrito, of which he makes 12.
Jesus. 12? Mate, this is I'm actually lost for words.
12 whole breakfast burritos smothered in sauce.
I make the meal with my stomach, not with my brain. So I have a really big meal. And when I start eating, as soon as I hit that first bite, I eat it all. I call it going red. I can't stop.
He doesn't even take these burritos to a table and prefers to eat them at the kitchen bench to allow him to devour them quicker. Although Chris didn't eat a healthy meal, at least he made an effort to cook his food, which can't be said about Holly, who decided on the day before her weigh-in at the doctor's office she would order a greasy Chinese meal. Now, there's not really an insane amount of food here. Well, maybe it is for the average person, but the real craziness comes from the timing of her decision to get this Chinese food, which is obviously extremely high in fat, oil, and salt.
Since we just moved in, we're not really set up to cook. So we're ordering delivery from places around here a lot until we can get some pots and pans and stuff to cook with. But Ray said he's gonna look for a job tomorrow and he'll get all that while he's out and we can start prepping healthy meals.
Holly uses the excuse that she's just moved into her home and she can't afford pots and pans. But looking at the size of her Chinese order, surely that could have been swapped for something healthy and bought some pans to cook with. So she has a massive Chinese meal on the night, knowing full well in the morning she's going for her weigh-in with the doctor, in which she has a goal to lose 50 pounds, and that goes about as well as you're expecting.
I'm really upset and I don't understand why my progress isn't that good.
It's not that good because you're eating massive Chinese meals.
So I'm shocked and confused and nervous to hear what Dr. Now is gonna say.
She doesn't lose as much weight as Dr. Now was expecting, which caused him to question why she values food and chocolate over living. This led to one of his angriest moments, and if you want to see the rest of Dr.
Dude, this video was an eye-opener. Man, maybe it's because it's been so long since I've watched this show. I've kind of like forgotten about the quantities of food they eat. These meals shocked me. I don't know which one was worse. Probably the penultimate one, the 12 massive breakfast burritos smothered in ketchup. That was crazy. Maybe the first guy, the IHOP dude, the 8,500 calories for breakfast. So basically, if his other meals are just as big and he eats maybe 3 of those a day, he's almost at 30,000 calories in a day. Like that to me is, I can't even I can't even wrap my head around it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.